stabilized and cleared medically, was transferred to CHOP, whereas yesterday was still there in stable condition. You know, get video.
Police say the suspect identified as Frankfurt Avenue.
Looks like this all stems from a $100 narcotics debt, is what we're being told.
Investigator says Billups then followed the couple to the 4,000.
Alright, what's up with y'all? So look, man, I'm back again with another video, right? And this situation right here is crazy as hell. It took place in Philadelphia. And I just want to say that I'm happy that the baby did survive this situation, but the details are crazy as hell. We're finna get into all of that, but before we do, I definitely want to start this off with some positivity. I just want to tell my supporters out there that's rocking with me day to day on a consistent basis. And if you just became a supporter recently, I'm talking to you as well. I hope that everything is going the way that you want it to go in your life, and I'm wishing y'all nothing but the best in every aspect of your life. And I'm just hoping that y'all are okay mentally, physically, and spiritually. And when I say this, I'm only talking to my supporters, those who reciprocate the same energy back to me, and to those who say the same thing back to me in return. And also, I have the raffle going on right now. If you don't know nothing about it, I have a 2025 Chevy Trax that I'm raffling off. It's going to be in the comment section. The link is, all you got to do is go down there, click the link, scroll to the bottom, get you some tickets if you want to get involved with this situation. I do have a video posted about the last live. I do have a video posted with the person that got the last call also too. So for those who was wondering what the hell took place with that, you can go watch my vlog. I just posted that. Go down there, you can check that out and things like that. And yeah, man, I got a sale going on with the tickets and stuff like that. So yeah, you can get you some good deals on tickets, and the winner will be announced on live like last time and all of that other stuff. But other than that, let's get straight into the situation at hand. I just have to break everything down before we move forward. So basically, long story short, this situation took place in Philadelphia, right? And I seen it, but y'all already know I like to wait until I get more details about the situation. And I'm not just eager to post just anything that I see online. I want to know more details about the whole situation and stuff like that. But now we have more evidence on the whole thing, and basically, long story short, it was a family, a father and a mother that was outside, and a crazy fucker by the name of Dominique Billups, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She came up acting crazy as hell, actually shot the baby in the thigh. And they're saying that this is because of a $100 debt that took place. Now, some people might feel like it might not be because of that and things like that. Man, when the police are stating certain things, we can't do nothing but ride with it, because we don't know what the victims have told this person. And I'm pretty sure they told them what happened, and they probably said this. Now, I do have a press conference with, I think it's the chief of police or somebody that's finna break everything down for us, you know. But I do want to say that you got to be careful with who you're dealing with out here these days. Everybody ain't got it mentally, and some people just are crazy as hell at the same time. And you can't let your anger and emotions get you out of the character and make you do crazy ass shit like this. This is crazy to actually do this to the baby. And in the midst of all of this, they said that she said F the baby after she did this, which is crazy to me as well. They need to go ahead and give her the maximum extent to any sentence that she does get, because there's no way in the hell she needs to be free being out here doing this. Because if you do this to a baby, you'll do this to anybody, in my personal opinion, especially since the baby was like 6 or 7 months old. Nah, that ain't what's up at all. But let's get into this video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on the situation, and make sure y'all hit that like button, man. I'm dropping consistent content back to back to back, and that's all I ask y'all to do is just hit that like button for me and let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. And add on my social medias as well. They're gonna be down there in the comment section. Let's go.
Investigators Police say Dominique Billups was arrested yesterday with an incident in Northeast Philadelphia. Investigators believe this whole ordeal started from a drug debt. It was this video and other images gathered from nearby businesses that helped police find the woman seen here, allegedly a 7-month-old baby in Mayfair on Thursday night.
Just shows how important it is for people to, you know, get video.
Police say the suspect, identified as 28-year-old Dominique Billups, had a confrontation with the parents of the baby a few blocks from where it happened near Frankfurt Avenue.
Looks like this all stems from a $100 narcotics debt, is what we're being told.
Investigator says Billups then followed the couple to the 4,000 block of Meridian Street, where she opened fire on the parents, missing them, but striking the baby in the leg.
Now look, I'm gonna say this right here. Why the hell is there a debt over a narcotic anyway? My personal opinion, why you got this new baby? Now you're putting yourself in a predicament to the point where you might get drug tested and get the baby taken away from you. Now, I don't want to victim shame and things like that, but I definitely don't believe in people being out here doing certain things while they got kids. Now, if you smoke your little weed and things like that, you feel me, more power to you. But to have like narcotics, it depends on what it is, because it probably could have been a prescription. We don't know, but I just know that don't put yourself in these type of predicaments, bro, because you can lose your child at any given moment, especially putting them in dangerous positions like this, because, you know, all of this could have been avoided without this debt, if that's the case, and if that's what's happening, and if they owe the money. You know, I got to make sure I'm being cautious with everything I say, and everything is allegedly, but yeah, to be involved with certain shit like this ain't what's up. It's not a stable environment considered to the people and stuff like that. I did this, but y'all know what I mean when I'm doing that. But yeah, it's not good for your children to actually be able to get involved with anything like this. Let's get back into it though.
Makes you, you know, walk up to somebody with a stalwart and shoot them. It's sometimes the things we see are mind-boggling and we don't understand it.
The baby was taken to the hospital by a Good Samaritan. The parents both had pending warrants for non-violent crimes and left the scene, but later contacted police.
I think they were just fearful that they were going to be, you know, arrested for those warrants. So that's why they initially fled, but then by the time they had gotten back to the house, they immediately called and you know, called and said our baby got shot.
Police say surveillance video obtained by detectives and tips from the public were key in finding the shooter.
Look at this fucker running.
We covered several business videos. We were able to get a better picture of the offender.
Billups was arrested last night in Northeast Philly. Detectives also searched 2 properties linked to her.
We covered 1 extended magazine, and 11 live rounds of various different kinds of ammunition.
This fucker was
now
ready.
facing 3 charges of aggravated assault is awaiting her bail hearing. Police highlighted how crucial helping the community can be to solve cases like this one.
If you don't know if it's going to help or not, just call us, because sometimes you might be that one piece of the puzzle. And yesterday, that piece of the puzzle was coming in the same time that we were looking this person up, and it worked out.
The baby is expected to be okay. Police say DHS is also doing an investigation on this case. I'm Isabel Sanchez, ABC 10
But
News.
let's also get some updates from other top stories from across the country, most notably this one out of Philadelphia, a tragic in which a 7-month-old was injured. We did get an update earlier today from police and investigators on the scene there. This happened earlier in the week, but the biggest news is that a suspect was identified and has formally been arrested. Let's take a look at the latest.
This is everything we need to know right here.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Dennis Rosenbaum from the Shooting Investigation Group. Our unit is responsible for handling non-fatal shootings in the city of Philadelphia. On the 18th at approximately 5:52 p.m., the 15th District in the northeast part of the city responded to 4000 block of Meridian Street, which is near the Holmesburg section. When they responded, they found evidence of a shooting out there, but did not have any victims at that time. A short time thereafter, police radio was notified and let them know that a 7-month-old victim had been transported to Nazareth Hospital, which is nearby. It is not one of our local trauma centers. 15th District officers immediately responded there and then took the baby to Frankfurt Tarsdale Hospital up in the 8th District in the farther part of the Northeast. The baby was in stable condition with a gun to the leg. The baby was then, once stabilized and cleared medically, was transferred to CHOP, where as of yesterday was still there in stable condition. The mother and father who had gone to the hospital initially had left that location. They were in fear of the police because they had some outstanding warrants. Approximately an hour later, when they got home, they walked home, they called the police, and the police went to the location where they were at, and they were subsequently brought down here for interviews.
Now look, I really don't like the fact that they did what they did. They left and then they called the police so much later. Like the baby could have died or anything. I'm not gonna let nothing, I don't give a damn what type of warrant I got or anything like that, stop me from giving my child the proper care that my child needs at the time, no matter what the situation is, but especially something like this, because being 7 months, you can bleed out quickly. You know, you can pass very fast, you feel me? And I just don't like that, bro. They just don't seem right to me, in my personal opinion. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. You know, some people gonna get over here and sugarcoat it and this and this and that. Hell nah, they living wrong, bro. They need to tighten up because they got a brand new baby in this world. Let's get into it though.
In the meantime, detectives had processed the scene out there, recovered 3 fired cartridge casings, 9mm. They also recovered a video. That video was released yesterday out on social media and our YouTube page. Yesterday morning also, detectives had gone out and followed up from the interviews, the information they gained from the parents, that they were up on Frankfurt Avenue, the 7900 block, and there was an argument. So we went to several locations on that stretch of Frankfurt Avenue from 7700 to 7900. We covered several business videos. We were able to get a better picture of the offender than what was released. That video was brought back here to be processed by our digital officers who recover video and put the packages together for evidence and dissemination. When they did that, several detectives had been working yesterday, along with myself, and one of the detectives from one of the other squads had recognized the female as being involved in another shooting where she was the victim in 2022, nearby on the 4200 block of Rawn in August of 22. At that time, the video had gone out on local media stations and social media accounts. We received a tip. That tip gave the name of the offender who was arrested last night. That also matched the name of the shooting victim that the detectives thought it was. So during the course of the evening last night, with the name in hand, detectives followed up with the witnesses, and they were shown photo arrays and positively identified the suspect. At that time, the Highway Patrol unit here in Philadelphia was asked to help out and help locate a vehicle that was also seen in the video that was known to be used by the suspect. That vehicle was located in the area of 5900 Loretto last night, and Highway Patrol officers conducted a surveillance on that vehicle. Shortly thereafter, a female had gone to that vehicle to use it. She was stopped, and information was gained that the suspect was at a house on the 1300 block of Van Kirk. The suspect was asked to come out of the house, and she did, and surrendered to the Highway Patrol officers and was taken into custody without incident. She was brought down here. At that time, detectives secured a search warrant for that location, looked for any additional evidence, such as clothing and the weapon. Also, they had gained information that she had another address, also in the Northeast, nearby that location, 6100 block of Alma. They also got search warrants for that location. During the course of the investigation and search warrants, they recovered one extended magazine and 11 live rounds of various different kinds of ammunition. The suspect has been formally charged by the DA's office with aggravated assault, 3 counts, possession of instrument of crime, recklessly endangering another person, etc. So right now she's waiting formal arraignment and bail. Her name is Dominique, Dominique Billups, Bill. Make sure I spell this right. UPS. She's 28 years old, and again, like she lives in the Northeast. So she is waiting for bail hearing and what the magistrate's going to do for that. Any questions? Very sad. That video is very disturbing. I know it's gotten a lot of views. It looks like it's gone national. Some national networks have picked it up. Just the whole thing. And it looks like this all stems from a $100 narcotics debt, is what we're being told.
Them fake 30s.
So it's sad. I mean, you see in that video, she really points at the mother of the baby, who's also a juvenile, and fires.
The mother's a juvenile. What's going on?
And obviously, that's probably when the baby got hit.
7-month-old baby might not remember that, but it's always going to be there. That story's always going to be out there. The neighbors that witnessed it were very upset. Obviously, the neighbors that came to the aid, took to the hospital, were very upset. So, it's an area that wasn't really known for violence over the years. But sometimes these things happen, and unfortunately, this one was caught on video. And with all the help of the public from the tip and the great video from the store owners and merchants along that stretch of Frankfurt Avenue, we were able to quickly resolve and have her in custody in a little over 24 hours.
So they knew each other from before this whole incident happened?
I think they knew of each other. There's a conversation and an argument, and then the mother leaves with the baby. The father of the baby joins her right before the shooting, and it turns out she was followed by the suspect to that location on Meridian Street, which is a couple blocks away from the 7900 block of Frankfurt. What's that?
Are you concerned about the parents paying for the child?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know yesterday things arrangements were being made, for the baby to be taken care of, to make sure our Department of Human Services is involved, and Children's Hospital is also involved. So I know that that baby's gonna be in good hands, and there's some other family members and stuff that are supporting the victim, who also got shot, the mother, and obviously the father in this case.
You said the parents had warrants out for them, and that's why they didn't want to cooperate initially?
I think they were just fearful that they were going to be, arrested for those warrants. So that's why they initially fled. But then, by the time they had gotten back to the house, they immediately called and called and said our baby got shot. And the officers went right to the scene and brought them down here, and they were interviewed and everything else.
Wasn't anything serious that they were wanting for, or was it?
It wasn't a violent crime. Is all I'm going to say about that. They are being addressed. Yep, they're already being addressed. Yeah.
Both parents being out, or just the mother?
Just the mother's juvenile, the father's an adult.
How's the baby doing?
The baby, from what I was told yesterday, is fine and was getting ready to be released yesterday.
The father's an adult. I don't know. This turned me up mentally. Like, what the hell is going on? This is a juvenile, and he's an adult. Why he's not in jail for messing with a juvenile in the first place? You know what I'm saying? But I do want to say that that baby does need to be in some better care until they can get themselves together. Because as of right now, they definitely not on their parent duties, in my personal opinion. That's just my personal opinion, man. But I need to know more about that. I wish they gave us more evidence on that too. Well, hey, let's get back into it.
They got back to the house, they immediately called and called and said our baby got shot, and the officers went right to the scene and brought them down here, and they were interviewed and everything else.
Wasn't anything serious that they were wanting for, or was it? Or?
It wasn't a violent crime. Is all I'm going to say about that. They are being addressed. Yep, they're already being addressed. Yeah.
Both parents being out, or just the mother?
Just the mother's juvenile, the father's an adult.
How's the baby doing?
The baby, from what I was told yesterday, is fine and was getting ready to be released yesterday.
Will there be any other consequences for the parents or legal that previous reports?
There'll be an investigation, obviously, with Department of Human Services. Special Victims had reached out to me yesterday because Department of Human Services had reached out to them, to who's handling the investigation. So at some point, the Department of Human Services will, conduct a report and decided, we should pursue criminal charges. That's all usually done between DHS and Special Victims Unit. So
Over a $100 drug debt.
yeah, that's what we're being told, $100 drug debt.
The video that you showed, that you released, shows her firing shots. It looks to me that she's just firing indiscriminately. Is that kind of what it was, or was
I think she fires 2 shots at the male,
Okay.
and then turns and fires the shot at the female, who then within a couple seconds notices that the baby's struck. I know some of the videos have audio on them.
You hear the gunshots.
Yeah, so, and then, she left the location.
Did the suspect, is she cooperating? Did she tell you that there was over $100 drug debt, or is that what you got?
No. The suspect was
processed and was, put in the system to be charged. So,
And then how much time, if convicted, is she looking at?
well, there's 3 counts of aggravated assaults. It's a, felony in the first degree. Obviously, that could be some serious jail time. But that's all done through the the DA's office. And I'm sure with the video aiding in the investigation, that they'll work that out with, her attorneys and the judicial system. I don't think they knew, that baby was going to get shot. I mean, obviously there's more investigation still going to have to go on, so, through that investigation, we'll find out if that ever comes to light, if that becomes an issue. But from what I know, from what I was told yesterday, it seems that the mother has a good support system and some family and stuff that was at the hospital yesterday. So
we were able to find this woman so fast because of the public help.
Yep.
Could you speak on how important it is to have that collaboration to make sure you can catch those who commit this terrible crime?
Right. So as all of you know, from time to time, between us and the homicide unit, where we're all up there in that same office, we recover a lot of video. Video is a big part of our investigations. And when we get decent video, which this video, the second part of the video didn't get released yesterday because we figured out who it was right away. But if we had put that video out yesterday, I'm sure we would have got flooded with calls. It was that good of a video. So it just shows how important it is for people to, get video. There was a time where video was very expensive. It's become pretty affordable now. And of course, with the programs we have here in the city and the city's program with its cameras, we got a good part of the city's now covered with cameras. So when we do get those good videos and we exhaust anything we can do to find somebody, we do put them out. As you'll see on our YouTube page, several videos a week go out. And believe it or not, we do get a lot of tips and a lot of help. And sometimes if you don't know if it's going to help or not, just call us, because sometimes you might be that one piece of the puzzle. And yesterday, that piece of the puzzle was coming in the same time that we were looking this person up, and it worked out.
Now, you say that Dominique Phillips was a victim of a prior shooting on Wall Street, correct?
Yes, correct.
What's the status on that case?
So that case is still open. There was never an arrest in it. There was very, very little to go on. Basically, it sounds like, but from what she had stated to detectives that time, that she was walking in the street up Rowan Street, and a car had a verbal dispute with a car, and they came back and they shot her and fled. So there wasn't much to go on, and there was no real good video or anything that was recovered from that incident.
Nobody's been arrested in that, and she's okay from that, obviously.
Yes, yep.
What can you say, first of all? I mean, she shot a child, 7-month-old child, a peaceful child. Shoot anybody is unacceptable. But to involve a
Yeah. I mean, when you see the video, that some of it that before the shooting, like, you knew they had a stroller. You know what I mean? What we were talking about it yesterday. Like, what makes you, walk up to somebody with a stroller and shoot them? It's sometimes the things we see are mind-boggling. We don't understand it, But people get so angry, and they always resort to guns. We just don't understand it. And we deal with this almost every day. And this isn't the first child victim we've had. We've been around for a little over 2 years, and I know of at least a half dozen cases we've had where we had children under 5. I mean, sometimes they're accidental, but it's sad. I mean, and it's just something, and it seems like it's become like an everyday occurrence, shootings, across the country. But we're dealing with it, and we're trying to make a difference. And I think the last couple of years we have as a unit, and with the help from you guys and the public, with the videos is a huge part of our investigations. And we do get people arrested for a lot of these cases.
When will you have a mugshot of her?
She's going through the process now, so I'm hoping by late afternoon. So Public Affairs said they will get it out to you guys once it's completed. I checked right before I left out. So Sergeant Grip said he will get it out to you as soon as it's done.
And you said she has 2 addresses in the Northeast.
Correct.
Was this bet just between those 3, or was she just happened to be the shooter and it's a bigger party?
I think it, from what we were told,
about the debt. I think her initial target was the father of the baby. And I think the mom just got wrapped up into it, you know, being there. So when that argument had started, it was asking where her boyfriend was. So obviously, you know, he was a part of that debt. So, you know, I don't think the mom had any idea that would have happened, you know, even with the stroller. So it's sad. And I feel bad for the neighbors that were out there and had to see that, and any, you know, kids that might have been out playing or anything like that. It's, you know, 5:50 in the afternoon in a busy, you know, heavily populated neighborhood.
The neighbors have found the child.
We're listening there to an update from investigators over in Philadelphia, the tragic shooting that occurred earlier this week in which a 7-month-old baby was injured.
Listen to this situation, man. I'm glad that they did get some justice in some type of way. This woman definitely, this girl definitely needs to be incarcerated for a very, very long time, you know. I'm glad the baby survived, and I'm glad that the baby does have the proper care right now that the baby needs. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on this whole situation, and I will holler at y'all later on today with another video if I do drop one today, which I think I will. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. But I'll holler at y'all later, and make sure y'all check that vlog out if y'all want to, you know, see what happened with the vacation and the raffle and different things like that. But I'll holler at y'all later. All right.